BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom. I want to start off, of course, give all honor and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostles and our elders of great millstone, who rule well, teach well in sound doctrine. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect and the rest of the large multitude, men, women, and children of the Lord will have mercy on these last days. Brother HAQADASH coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI. Lord willing, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, Lord willing, is edifying. So real quick, I want to be brief. And shalom. I want to be brief. Now, as you can see by the title, it says I'm land backing off the apostles. I know Apostle Gabar did one, and I want to say Apostle Tahar was going into it, but basically dealing with replacement theology. Okay, first and foremost, let's start off with the understanding of what replacement theology is, because this is the term that the Christians, not real Christians, but the ones who call themselves Christians in today's term, who uphold to Christianity, the religion, they call themselves pushing this doctrine called replacement theology. And we're going to find through the Spirit, Lord willing, is edifying, that replacement theology is off, and the whole concept and the whole mindset is off. And shalom to everybody tuning in. YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. To the hopeful elect, may your houses be blessed. Here. Now, what I did was I typed in replacement theology, and this is the word that came up. And Apostle Gabar, he focused in on this word, supersessionism. Okay, which, you know, this is my first time ever hearing about supersessionism, right? Well, I know about replacement theology. So it says supersessionism, also called replacement theology, is a Christian doctrine which asserts that the new covenant, right? So that's the whole point of replacement theology. Okay, the new covenant is a biblical interpretation originally derived from a phrase in the book of Jeremiah in the Hebrew Bible, right? So, right, Jeremiah 31, Lord willing, we're going to get that. It says, asserts that the new covenant through Yahawashi HaMashiach supersedes. Let's get this word supersedes. Matter of fact, let's finish it, then we get that. It says, asserts that the new covenant through Yahawashi HaMashiach supersedes the old covenant, which was made exclusively with the Jewish people. So they're saying that replacement theology, okay, is a doctrine which means that the new covenant will overpower the old covenant. Okay, basically saying that the old covenant, see, it's not because the new covenant do overpowers the old covenant. Okay, but they're not meaning it in the way that the scriptures is saying, like, because the Lord said in the old covenant was the law was written on stone, representing our stony hearts. All right, but the Lord has taken away those stony hearts, and He's given us a heart of flesh. He's given us a new identity, which was going to entail of the embodiment of the kingdom of heaven, right? The embodiment of Shalom, YAHWASHI, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH, Brakathum to everybody again, which is going to include the law, the Most High writing those laws in our inward parts. So let's get this word real quick. Supersedes. It says supersede, take the place of. You see, that's the point. They're saying that, and like, again, if I didn't say it, that they're saying that the new covenant in their mind means that the old covenant, it was deemed to a specific people, but the new covenant allows the door to be open to all nations. Hey, like the apostle said, Apostle Gabar, yeah, they don't understand the concept of being open to all nations. The reason why the Bible is open to all nations is because Israel was scattered to all the nations. Literally, we was just going into this. Look, Israel was scattered to all nations. It says, take the place of a person or thing previously in authority or use. Supplant. So they're thinking that they're gonna get the birthright back or try to join themselves with that with that blessing. And the Lord already told you He made a distinction between the blessings in Genesis 27. And it was crazy is that the whole world is so this and that the whole focus is Jacob and Esau. You don't never hear somebody come up talking about the East Indian man, or this man or that woman. They always say, well, why don't you love the white man? They always try to comfort the so-called whitey, man, because showing you that it's a spell on the people. All right, it's witchcraft on the people. Now let's get that word real quick. Theology. All right, and then we're gonna get these scriptures, man. We're gonna close out. And I know what it means, but let's get it in here. Theology. It says damn, where's it at? Yeah, Khan. So theos. Theo meaning God, right? Right? It says yeah, study of God, Salakia. Study of God. Okay. Damn, they're not really breaking it down like it used to. Salakia for that. Haven't went into this word in a while, but basically theology is the study of God, right? Or let's go into that word. Theo is God. Let's go into that word. The G. Right. So basically, like a doctrine, right? A study of that God or a certain doctrine. Okay. Real quick. Let me get this real quick. Let me turn this down. Real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick. All right. Let's go. Matter of fact, let's start off with this. Let's start off with Shalom YAHAWASHI HAQADASH BRAKATAH. Let's start off with this. Remember, replacement theology. They're saying that the new covenant allows all nations to be brought into the fold. Well, let's get additions to Esther real quick. Additions to Esther, chapter 10. All right. Let's get straight into the point. It says 10 and 8, right? Because remember, this was a dream, right? It says additions to Esther, chapter 10, verse 8. And the nations were those that were assembled to destroy the name of the Jews. And my nation is this Israel. So our nation is Yasha, which cried unto the Most High, as we have in every captivity, and were saved, as we were in every captivity, and as we're going to be in this captivity. For the Lord, the Most High Power, YAHWASHI, have saved His people, a possessive pronoun, and YAHWASHI have delivered us, right? Not you and I, but the us, meaning the context of the verse, which are the Israelites, from all those evils, meaning that the nations outside of Israel uphold to something called evil, or a wicked vibration. And it says, and YAHWASHI have wrought signs. So now it's just making a distinction between how the Most High have distinguished and made holy, meaning separate, His people amongst the nations in many other ways. But it's just giving a few examples here. Have wrought signs and great wonders, which have not been done among the Gentiles. So here, the Gentiles in this context are natural born Gentiles, people that's outside of the holy people. Therefore have He made two lots. So it's here. The Lord, when you go to Sirach 33 and 10 on down, the Lord tell you that He have made two lots. Okay, He have made 2 and 2. So there is balance. He made good against evil. He have given a portion of holy to the people, and have cursed the people. You see, the Lord is balance. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So he has to have good and evil. Therefore, if he have vessels, which is the human body, he have to have a people that play the righteous, and he have to have a people that play the wicked. Therefore have he made two lots. So by default, by that understanding, we understand that if it's a group of people, meaning a whole nation that portrays to be the wicked, that automatically excludes and debunk the mindset that replacement theology upholds to with these, like Vocab Malones and you Ricky Gantz and you people that think like this, that automatically cuts that mindset. Because if I have a nation of people that is considered the wicked, and the wicked is going to be demolished from the face of the earth, that automatically cuts the understanding that all nations can, receive salvation, or all nations can partake in that new covenant like Israel. And we're going to show that real quick. I got a few. It says one for the people of the Most High, and another for all the Gentiles. So it says all the Gentiles, all the nations. That's why when you go into 2nd Esdras 8, it says Ezra was praying and talking to the angel and praying, saying, praying to the Father. He said, but he said, Father, forgive them that live worse than beasts. Okay, he was asking the Lord to forgive Israel who have lived worse than beasts. Jeremiah tell you that our deeds exceeded the deeds, Israel's deeds have exceeded the deeds of the wicked. So Israel has done more wickedness on the earth than should have been done. So we have overseeded the deeds of the wicked because we are upholding his vibrations. Like I always use an example. If you got Superman, better yet, I'm gonna use if anybody have seen the Incredible movie, like the cartoon movie, they got superpowers. They got strength, and they do this and they do that. But when I take the people that got the superpowers and I hypnotize them individuals, they don't lose their power. They do what they do. They have their power, but they use it for wickedness. That's what we are. We are a people of great power, and we're just been hypnotized. So therefore, everything that we do it great, even if it's wicked. Like, if you have ears to hear, we do things wickedly great, if that makes sense. Like when Jake be nigga, Jake, that's why you call Jake a nigga, the void of light. So when Jake go on the streets and they be void and they be a nigga, they do it great. Like they became the better murderers than Esau. You see what I'm saying? They became, the better thieves than Esau. You see what I'm saying? So Jake uphold to the vibration of Esau, but we just, in that wickedness form, Jake do it better. I mean, that's not, if you have ears to hear. So you can't take a people with so much power and you compact him into a ball. He'll just explode. You see? Because he don't lose his power. He just using it for a different way. So now the Lord is converting us, and he's reconciling us, meaning bringing back something he once knew, or that friendship. He's bringing us back to that power, and we're going to be able to use that power in the right way. That's why the whole entire world is out of course. It says one for the people of the Most High, and another for all the Gentiles. And these two lots came at the hour and the day of judgment before the Most High among all nations. Right? So, real quick, let's get the mystery. Colossians 1. Because this is a mystery, man. All right, hey, man. Everybody not going to get this, man. It says this is Colossians 1 and 28. I'm going to start at 27. It says, no, Slakia. Let's start at 26. It says, even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. What mystery? The mystery that, matter of fact, let's get this precept real quick. James 1. James 1 and 1. James, a servant of Yahawah and of the Lord YAHWASHI, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Why is he saying that? Because we have Israelites in all nations. Let me hold this real quick. Let me get Tobit 13. All right. This is Tobit 13 and 2. For he doeth scourge and have mercy. He leadeth down the hill and bring it up again. Neither is there any that can avoid his hand. Confess him. That's what we're doing on the highways and hedges. We're confessing the Lord. The righteous stand in great boldness. We're confessing him before the Gentiles. These are natural born Gentiles of the nations. Ye children of Israel, for he hath scattered us among them. You see, there declare his greatness and extol him before all the living, for he is our power, and he is the power of our Father forever. And he will scourge us for our iniquities. This is why we even got dispersed in the first place. Jeremiah 2, right? Jeremiah 3. It says, and will have mercy again, and will gather us out of all nations among whom he hath scattered us. So we are like all nations. We look like the so-called white man, the so-called Amalekite. We look like a Hamite. We look like an Asian. Okay, we look, I'm using, known terms. We look like, all the different nations. That's why when you Jakes out there, you talking about law, it's not, man, we try the spirit by the spirit. Okay, we work the spirit, and that spirit is the Lord is going to reveal that spirit to be of understanding. And even if, say, he looked like this, he talking apart, even then you can't outrun the truth because the truth is the spirit. So eventually, even if you cross the line, you somehow get into one of the camps, or you start to, fellowship with the brothers, the spirit's still going to expose the wicked and the righteous. It's still going to expose you to be a true heathen if that's the case. So we don't think about those things. That's why the apostles and elders of Great Millstone are so, so lively, man, through the spirit, because they focus only on the spirit, man, only what the scriptures say and what they teach. And what they teach is the truth. The scriptures is telling us how to deal with subjects as such. They're teaching us how Romans 15:4, things are written aforetime. They are written for our learning. So we, through patience and hope, we have hope and patience through the scriptures, man. So when we see these things, we know that now it's a mystery. But what mystery? We have to understand these things because it was a period called iconoclasm. It was a period called the Renaissance, meaning rebirth. It was a period where Antiochus Epiphanes, he was the main one. When you read 1 Maccabees 3:48, it says, lay open the book of the law where the heathen sought to paint the likeness of his images. Antiochus Epiphanes was the main one that was gun-ho on this. Okay, he was the one that was tearing down the temple and taking the showbread and the candlelight, meaning the menorah and different things like that. He was going in, man. And through that is when they started to whitewash all the images, man. All right. So this is where and who did that, man? You didn't have the Asian man back in the day saying, I'm gonna take this image of the people and no, you didn't have no, man. You had the so-called Mr. Whitey McWhite. He's the person that did this, man. You understand? He did this, man. This is going back real quick. Colossians 1 to the mystery. This is a mystery. And we're going to get that in Isaiah, that the Lord said that ye should be a light unto the Gentiles. That's talking about Israelites. This is Colossians 1 and 24. Who now rejoice in my sufferings for you and fill up that which is behind of the afflictions of Hamashiach in my flesh, for his body's sake, which is the church, Israel, whereof I am made a minister, right? A servant, right? Minister means you serve. So we serve our people by doing, by doing the work of the Lord. We're servants to the people, okay? So that they can receive salvation, mainly the elect, according to the dispensation of the Most High, which is given to me for you. That's just like when you read Revelations 19 and 10, when John he bowed down to the angel said, get up. I'm just your brother. I'm your fellow servant. So we serve our people. You know what I'm saying? It says, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of the Most High. So this is Paul talking. So Paul is a what? A minister to the Gentiles, the ones who have lost their way. And Paul didn't go off because I think that Sakari said he went off. Paul never went off. He was taught directly from YAHAWASHI, man. He supped with YAHAWASHI, man. 26, even the mystery which have been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. The mystery is made only manifest to his saints. Psalms 50, Psalms 50 and 5, Psalms 148, right? The saints are the ones. Oh, matter of fact, we might have to grab that real quick, man. We might have to grab that real quick, because I mean, this is pretty simple, man, but, we got to go over things like this, as the apostles always say, man. This is Psalms 50 and 5. Gather my saints together unto me. Who are the saints? Those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice It's only one nation of people have made a covenant with the Father by sacrifice. When you go to 2nd Ezra 3, it tell you that the heathen, the Lord has searched out the heathen, and he said they're not worthy. It said, are they of Babylon better than they of Zion? Because the nations are not worthy. He compared them to a drop to a bucket. They're not worthy. He have searched the heathen, and he said what? They only flow in wealth, meaning they serve nothing but idols. They serve nothing but wicked vibrations. They will always serve wicked vibrations. It says, to whom the power will make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Hamashiach in you, the hope of glory, whom we preach. You see, because the Gentiles here are talking about Israelites. You see, with whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom. So we have all 100% of the truth to teach the people the right thing. We don't have 98.5, 99.2. We have 100% of the truth in all wisdom, so that this man and this woman, being of the elect house, the government of YAHWASHI, the 144,000, and the rest of the large multitude, men, women, and children, can receive salvation, that we may present every man perfect in Hamashiach YAHWASHI, whereunto I also labor, striving according to his working, which worketh in me mightily. Real quick, this is Isaiah. Let me grab this because this came in my mind, but I'm gonna just grab it. All right, because it came in. It says Isaiah 5:13. Therefore, my people are going into captivity, because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore, hell enlarged herself. So our conditions got worse. We're no longer just in this specific landmass in captivity. The Most High has spread us to the uttermost parts of the earth. So therefore, hell, our condition, have enlarged herself, because we have no knowledge. Knowledge is the Holy Scriptures. Knowledge is the truth, the breath, the Rawchaa. It says, and open her mouth without measure. You see, so that's why we're our conditions is unmeasurable, man, uncomparable, like the scriptures say. We've been through the worst captivity ever in history. It says, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. Matter of fact, let's grab this real quick. Remember, replacement theology. This Hosea. Come on now. Computer tripping. Hosea 8:8. It says, Israel is swallowed up. See, that's that hell enlarging herself. Now shall they be among the Gentiles, as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. Lamentations 2, Lamentations 3, Lamentations 4. How has the fine gold become dim? You see what I'm saying? Compared to, the Lord is, listen, only if you know anything about gold, gold can't become tarnished. Only way gold becomes tarnished if you let oxygen seeps into it, and that way it tarnishes. Well, that oxygen that Israel took in was the philosophies and doctrines of the nations. So that's the only way this fine gold that we once was has gotten tarnished by that another breath. You see? So that's why the Lord had to what? Take that gold, and he got to what? Refinance it. He got to refine it. He got to make it new, refresh it by dipping it back in the fire. That's why we going through persecution. We go through this, we go through that. That's the fire. The Lord got to dip us again. He's not doing that to no nations, man, outside of Israel. And if he's doing that to a so-called man who looks like Mr. McWhitey, that man is an Israelite. He's not an East Edomite. He's not Idumea. He's an Israelite. That's why it's dangerous to offend. You could offend the little ones, because you got these different camps, man, that soon as they see an Edomite, they automatically rebuke them. Not rebuke them, but they scoff at him instead of trying his spirit. You see what I'm saying? Because the spirit going to reveal if that man is true or not. But instead, they'll be like, what's your father? He'll say, well, my father go back to Sicily. What these camps, they act like they learn, but they don't go deep, man, like the apostles, man. Not realizing that a lot of the Sicilians are Israelites. You see what I'm saying? So in their mind, they like, well, and they automatically assume he's an Edomite, man. I've seen plenty of examples of that, man. personally and with the, you know, and back in the day on these videos. So Israel is swallowed up. So our condition got worse, man. So let's go to here real quick. Let's get this. I was gonna save it, but let's get it. Might as well get it right now. 1 Corinthians 12:1. It says, now slack it. Yeah, 12:2. Ye know that you were Gentiles. So this is talking about Israelites. Ye know that you were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led. So right. So we envied our oppressor. Okay, that's why the scriptures say, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Because that's what we did. Remember, everything read in the scriptures, are examples on how to correct what we already did, being us in the reincarnation. That's what the scriptures are. We wrote letters down to ourselves so that when we came back and we read them, we understood certain things and errors that we was able to correct. You understand? We was able to fix things that we went off on. No longer are we serving this. I don't know what. I'm here now. You see, the Most High had us write letters to ourselves, literally, man. It says, ye know that ye were Gentiles, man. Matter of fact, this is Acts 13:47, dealing with the light of the Gentiles, man. It says, see, let me make sure everybody cool. Con. Shalom up. It says, it says, for Acts 13:47, so have the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. And when the Gentiles heard this, they were glad and glorified the Most High power, YAHAWASHI, and as many as were ordained to eternal life. So are Gentiles ordained unto eternal life? Man, no, a Gentile is not ordained to eternal life, man. This is Luke chapter 1:68. It says, blessed be the Lord power of Israel. You see that? Of Israel. For he hath visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. No other nation is a prophet is one who says something and it comes to pass. A prophet is a visionary. A prophet is a seer. Okay, the scriptures say where there's no vision, the people perish. Esau's rulership shows you that there's no vision in the world. That's why the world is perishing. Okay, the vision, meaning like it has no truth behind it. You know what I'm saying? It has no clarity behind it. It has no order. You understand? That's why the Lord said this. He make it known who are the messengers. Messenger means angel. Angel means messenger. The Lord clearly told us who are those messengers, man. This is 2nd Esdras. 2nd Esdras 1. And damn, man. Allergies. And 38. And now, brother, behold, what glory. And see the people that coming from the east, because Rawchaa, Jerusalem, is in the east. It says, unto whom I will give for leaders. So the people that's coming from Jerusalem, the Most High made them the leaders of the nation of Israel and the leaders of the whole world, because the world belonged to Israel. It says, unto whom I will give for leaders Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Hosea, Amos. It's lucky. Allergies, man. Amos. Damn. Slakin. Micah's, Joel, Obadiah, Jonas, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, right, which is called an angel of the Lord, meaning they are all messengers of the Lord. And not one of these prophets was of the other nation. So you mean to tell, right? So according to replacement theology here, It says it supersedes. Let's get it one more time. It says, damn, it's like it supersedes. Take the place of. So you mean to tell me that, oh, matter of fact, let's get this real quick. So you mean to tell me that the Most High is a liar? That's what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? This is Malachi. It's Malachi 3 and 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So if the Lord changed, we will be consumed. The Lord, that's why the Most High gave that measurement, like telling, he's mocking the nations and mocking Esau, saying, hey, if you can number the stars and you can number the sand of the sea, my people will cease to exist. But you can't. You can't count the hairs on your head, and you cannot count the stars or the sand. Therefore, Israel will always exist. The nations, however, you find out how the nations would benefit from us being back in rulership in Isaiah 2. You see? You see, it's one thing. See, all you got to do is just accept the fact that this is true. You see what I'm saying? Hey, Israel is the one the Lord chose from the foundation of the earth. So with that being said, you just let that be and play your role. You see what I'm saying? Because on a low level of things, the nations still win. Because when we in rulership, their land is gonna be blessed as well, because they're gonna be upholding to our ways, and our ways are righteous by default. So at the end of the day, it's like all you gotta do is just put us back in. You know what I'm saying? Like just conform to us being on top, and everything else will fall in line. But the nations are too proud to do that because they uphold the image of Esau, Edom. Acts 13 and 47. For so hath the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. You see, so that's why the nations, that's what the problem was in Acts 10, dealing with Cornelius and and different people, because the Pharisees, the wicked Pharisees, the ones who actually knew they were Israelites, they had a problem with Paul, and the disciples talking about this man can make it, man. Because what happened, man? What happened? When you go here in First Maccabees 1, our people became uncircumcised. Now, if I'm circumcised on my private area, how can I be uncircumcised? Do I attach the skin back on? No, I'm uncircumcised in our mind. We became uncircumcised in our mind. Therefore, we became like the nations. Okay? It says First Maccabees 1 and 11. It says, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant and agreement with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this is what the mindset of Israel is. This is why we are called Gentiles. This is why we are called heathen, pursuant to 2nd Ezra 2. It says, so this device pleased them well, 2nd Ezra 8, right? So this device pleased them well, just like the MOB and all this man's ways, it pleases Jake, okay? Then certain of the people were so forward hearing, right, that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. So now when you go to Proverbs, let's come back to Acts, Proverbs 19. It says, Proverbs 19 and 6, many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man as a friend to him that giveth gifts. So, hey, they said they gave Jake gifts. It says, so this device pleased them well, right? What happened when we left Egypt? They wanted to go back. Man, we eating steak, we eating, whatever. I'm just, that's how Jake act, man. We take Jake out of America, man, and we say we kidnap all Jake in America. And we take Jake and we take them to Israel. Say nobody was dwelling in Israel right now, and we took Jake, and we kidnapped him when we took him to Israel. And then we started our communities, and we started farming, whatever.
Jake will be mad at the fact that they got to work hard to establish a city and build up a city how they want it. They would rather come back to America where they was eating steak, shrimp, and lobster, you know what I'm saying, and doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Excuse my foreign language, but that's just what it is. Jake don't want to, build up their own thing for real. They comfortable with piggybacking. I say piggybacking for a reason, because Jake is, that's they uphold to that vibration. They're comfortable with holding on to their daddy Esau, man. So it says, then certain of the people who were so forward hearing, they like, oh shit, that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. That's that that's that gift. A gift destroyeth the heart, man, the mind. It says 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. So now our people uphold to the customs of the heathen. That's the Gentiles. The Gentiles are the ones that uphold to the customs of the heathen. Okay? And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant. And joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to this mischief. So they joined themselves to the heathen. So when you read Jeremiah 31, the new covenant, right? This is Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, said YAHWASHI, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Because this is how you know we're not in the new covenant yet. YAHWASHI established the new covenant, but we're not in the new covenant yet, because the new covenant consists of some things. And those things consist of us being in a perfect state. And only way Israel can be in a perfect state is if the world is in righteousness, where there's no more war, where there's no more rapings and robbing and murders, because murder is different from killing. Okay, where there's no more unrighteous decrees. This man's system is flawed. There's no more confusion on how to judge someone, because they're not the judges of the earth. Therefore, that's why their judicial system is flawed. They say this, but then they really mean this. Like when we went to court some years ago, when we was preaching the word on Coventry, we got arrested. They said that we was disturbing the peace. And what happened was they had literally 30 cop cars surround us, man. It was only 7 of us, man. That was years ago when we was younger in the faith, I should say. And that's that high zeal. And what happened, man? We went to court. The public defender, the Lord had me get. We beat the case. The cop didn't even show up. She was out of town. You know what I'm saying? They had to postpone it. We had to come back. It was all sloppy, man. Then when we get there, the defendant beat the case, man. We won the case, to the fact that he admitted it without admitting it at the end. He said, y'all are some fine young men. He said that I cannot let this case go not guilty, because that means it would give room for others that come in the same situation. They would have to, you know what I'm saying? They would leave room for them to be not guilty. So instead of making us not guilty, which we were not guilty, we won the case without the shadow of a doubt, because the public defender that we had, he proved that we were not disturbing the peace, because the cop had a video camera on his chest, and he was literally 5 to 10 feet away from us, and you couldn't even hear us. And the brother at the time, you're not in the camp no more, but he was reading at the top of his lungs, man. So it showed you that we wasn't really disturbing their peace, but we really won the case, long story short. And he still couldn't let us go not guilty. Showing you that his judicial, the way he judged, is flawed. You see, he don't know how to judge, because he's not the judge of the earth. Okay? He's not the judge of the earth. He had to charge us $5 in court costs. So showing you that this man, it's impossible for this man to receive salvation. He forwarded our affliction. When time was up, he forwarded our affliction, man. All right. It says, Jeremiah 31:31, behold, the days comes to the Lord that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So Israel being the northern kingdom, and Judah being the southern kingdom, because it was a split. That's what Ezekiel 37 is about. Okay, that's what Baruch 4 is about. Baruch 4 in the last verse. Matter of fact, I'm about to grab that real quick. This is Baruch. This is Baruch chapter 4. And 37. Lo. No, I'm not I'm gonna start up so you can know what I'm talking about. 36. Oh, Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before as a place, man. Look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. And lo, thy sons come whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word. That's us being scattered to all the nations and being gathered by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. So we're gathered by the word. So it says, not according 32, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers, the stony heart, in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband to them, said the Lord. Israel made a covenant by sacrifice. It says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days. After what days, Lord? After the days of destruction, man. After the days of bringing down the head of the wicked. This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30 and 24. 23. Behold, the whirlwinds of the Lord, meaning the chariots, go forth with fury, meaning anger. A continual whirlwind, meaning with true power, or 100% of his power. No mercy for him. And it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his mind, his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it. So the latter days we should consider these things. So that's the days it's talking about. After those days, meaning the latter days which we are currently in, said the Lord, YAHWASHI YAHWASHI, I will put my law in their inward parts, meaning our minds, and write it in their hearts, meaning mind, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. They shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, said the Lord. So this is a cut because this is showing you that the nations will not receive the same inheritance in salvation like Israel, because it said this is referring to like the Israelite man. I would not have to break down Revelations 2 to another Israelite man, because we're all going to be installed with that program. The nations, we're going to have to teach the nations. The nations in Isaiah 2, they're going to be learning from us. They're going to keep in our ways and coming to because they don't know how to keep the Feast of Tabernacle right now. They don't know how to keep Hanukkah right now. They don't know how to keep all these different high holy days because they don't pertain to them. All the high holy days came from us being delivered out of the hands of our enemies. So therefore, they're going to have to learn about those ways in the kingdom. Okay? So showing you that this is not talking about them, this is talking about Israel. It says, and they shall teach no man more man, every man his neighbor. Right. And also, we're not going to be on the highways and hedges preaching no more. Okay? It's going to be in us, man. We're going to have to teach the nation our ways because they don't know our ways. In the kingdom, Israel will automatically know the ways of the Lord. In our ways is the Lord ways. John 7:16. For my doctrine is not mine, but his that sent me. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. See, that's just how you know it's talking about Israel. Okay, so going back real quick, I got two more real quick. Let's go back. Let me just see if it comes up. Okay, cool. Acts 13:47, 48. And when the Gentiles heard this, they were glad and were glorified the word of the Lord. Right. These nations are not glorifying the word of the Lord. The scriptures say the very name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen. It says, and as many as were ordained to the eternal life believe. And the word of the Lord was published throughout all the region. Why? Because we are scattered amongst all the region. It's impossible for us to receive this knowledge if it didn't come to all the region. We have Jakes in Hawaii, right? Peru, all right, all over the place, man. It says, but the Jews stirred up the devout and honorable women and the chief men of the city and raised persecution against Paul and Barnabas and expelled them out of their coast, because this is a mystery. You see, this is a mystery and the world cannot receive it. That's why they count real quick. Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 49 and 6. Let's start at 5. And now said Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahushua that formed me from the womb to be his servant. So the Lord formed Jake from the womb to be his servant. The nations can't serve the Lord directly. We can't even serve the Lord directly. You see, we gotta serve. We serve the Lord. We worship the Lord, but we serve the Lord through YAHAWASHI. He's our mediator. He's the lawyer that's pleading our cause to the judge to give us a fair damn, I didn't mean to say that many times, but give us a fair give us a fair trial, but give us a fair judgment, a merciful judgment, like it says in Hebrews 2. The Most High, Yahawah came in the flesh to secure us, so that we, the ones that are tempted, which is Israel, so that now by securing us, he's a faithful and merciful high priest. You see, it may all make sense at the end of the day. It says the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. See, that's the point. The Lord is bringing us back to him. Reconciliation. Let's get it. Man, I keep saying it, but let me as well get it because it keep coming up. For the ones that don't know, reconcile. It says to restore to union and friendship after estrangement or variance. You see? To restore afresh. To bring together again. The Lord never knew the nations, so therefore how can he reconcile the nations? And now said Yahawah that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Though Israel be not gathered, though Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of Yahawah, and my power shall be my strength. You see, so it says, though Israel be not gathered, this is the context of what the light of the Gentiles is talking about. Because Israel is not gathered, we're scattered. So therefore we have to be light unto the Gentiles, because you see, that's why the 12 tribes sign is so important. It's a gauge, like the brother Yaquan mentioned earlier. I like that word gauge. It's a marker, but whatever word you want to put right there is a gauge to pinpoint and roughly pinpoint of where all Israel is scattered. Because we know Israel is scattered to the four corners of the earth. So how will we look knowing that the scriptures say we're scattered to all four corners of the earth, but we you know what I'm saying, we uphold it to the 12 tribe sign, say, no, this is only where they, no, we understand that. It's just a ballpark of where they're at, where they're located. You see what I'm saying? So that's what the 12 tribe chart is supposed to push out. It's a sign to showing you that Israel is scattered to those four corners of the earth, man. Okay, it's a gauge. Israel be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Lord, and my power shall be my strength. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to reconcile the preserved of Israel, the elect. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, right? That thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Right. So the light unto the Gentiles are talking about what? Israelites, man. That's what this whole thing is talking about, man. Thank you. So the new covenant, we got some precepts. Yeah, Khan. Yeah, Khan. This is Paul. It says Ben, but it will really read Paul Paul Ben Paul. 2nd Ezra 6:57. And now, O Lord, Behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Right, and when you read the last verse, it's in that chapter, it says, "How long, O Lord, would this roughly paraphrasing? How long would this endure? How long would this take place in the earth?" You know, that's what we all. That's what we cry out day in and day out, man. You know, it says. It says. The brother posted. Same brother. Hebrews 9:24. Right. Yahawashi Mashiach is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the true. But let me get it in here, brother. That's Hebrews 9:24. Hebrews chapter 9. For Mashiach Yahushua is not entered into the holy places made with hands, which are the figures of the true, but into heaven itself, now to appear in the presence of Yahweh for us. Right, for us is talking about Israel. You see, nor yet that he should offer himself often, as the high priest entereth into the holy places every year with blood of others. So the Lord, that's what high priests do. They atone for their sins first, and then the people. It says, this is Hebrews 9:1. Then verily the first covenant had also ordinances of divine service in a worldly sanctuary. See, that's the point. It had a worldly sanctuary, you see, which is the new covenant is completely, it's new, man. Meaning refresh, afresh, meaning completely different than the previous. Okay? Or heightened, okay, from the previous. Okay, because when you go to Hebrews 8, Hebrews 8:7, for if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second. You see? That's why the Most High tell you in 2nd Esdras 4 and 28 on down that the evil seed was sown, okay, so that the good can come. It had to be sown so that the fullness of the saints can come. So the fullness of the kingdom of heaven can be at its glorified state at the max, because now it's appreciated. Now it's not something that just, whatever, for finding fault with them. See, and it was faulty because the people. So finding fault with them, he said, "Behold, the day is come," said the Lord, "when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant I made with their fathers." So they read this and say, see, everybody can make it. In a day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, said the Lord. But this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, the latter days. So Yahweh, so it's talking about the same thing we just read in Jeremiah 31. You see, so it's the same thing we just read in Jeremiah 31. All right. Damn, I forgot I was about to get Slacky. Bear with me. Yeah, so man, really the point has been made. Do that Proverbs 30 real quick. Proverbs 30:6. It says, "Add thou not unto his word, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar." And I had to get this. Apostle Gabar pulled this too, and I had to get it because, it says, "Add thou not unto his words," and that's what these damn, I could never say that word, but it's what apologetic or I believe that's how you say it. Apologetic, jelly, jelly. Damn, I can never say that, man. But these individuals who follow Christianity and uphold to replacement theology, you see, they're adding to the words of the Lord, man. Okay, they're saying that the new covenant supersedes the old covenant, meaning that all nations, like we read it, meaning that all nations can come into the fold. When clearly, right, one more, it says this in Jeremiah 30 that the Lord, so is the Most High a liar? Did this happen already? Jeremiah 30. This is Jeremiah 30 and 10. I'm gonna read 10 and 11. Therefore, fear thou not, O my servant Jacob. Right. So the nations are not servants of the Lord, man. 1. Said the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar. Right, because we're scattered in all the nations. And thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. When did this happen? It has never happened. Nope, not the 1948 either. For I am with thee, said Yahweh, to save thee. See, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee. So this is a cut because he said I make a full end of all nations where I have scattered thee. This is talking about their glory, okay, their enlightenment, okay. The Lord is making a full end of these nations where he have scattered us. He's bringing them low. He's bringing them down to the ground, into the dust, which means confusion. Yet will I not make a full end of thee. The Lord will not cut us off, man. And he has never cut us off, okay, completely. But I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. You see? And you continue on. This is one of my favorite chapters, but this is the Most High's doing, man. It says 16, another cut. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured. Hold on, let me get this in here, man. Jeremiah 30, let me get it in here, and then let me get this in here, because the Lord said this, that all nations had a part in our captivity, man. It's like First Maccabees chapter 2. First Maccabees 2 and 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? You see, all nations have gotten our spoils. All nations has taken a part in our captivity. Therefore, all they that devour thee should be devoured. So therefore, all nations will be devoured. All nations will have to taste of that cup. All nations will have to taste of that anger of the Lord, man. You see, all her ornaments are taken away. Of a free woman, she has become a bond slave. You see? So now we've been put under a certain vibration, man. And all thine adversaries, every one of them should go into captivity. He said every one of them, man. That's not an if, that's not a but, that's a must. So even the so-called Jews, the Jewish people that say they are Jews in the land of Israel, where are they captive? Where are they slaves? Okay, or where are the ones that they holding in captive? Okay, where's Yahawashi, man? Where's Micah Allah? Where's Raphael, man? We're not in the new covenant. The new covenant, according to replacement theology, does not supersede the old covenant, man. Okay, it do to an extent, but it don't in terms of what you're trying to make it like, as if all people can make it now. The Lord changed not, so therefore we're not consumed. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoiler, and all that they prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, say Yahweh, because they called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, who no man seeketh after. And as you can see, the title, it says the restoration of Jacob. You see? So, man, I pray this is edifying, man, because I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it's pretty simple, man. It's pretty simple, straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, it's nothing. It's no hope, especially for Esau. Like Apostle Torah always say, man, you better hope that you're not a damn Edomite, man. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you better hope you're not no Edomite, man. You know, because the Most High is gonna have His way with you, man. You know, he gonna turn up on you, man. He gonna turn that heat on a number that you can't comprehend. All right, so, hey, man, hey, replacement theology. That word, replacement theology, right? Again, it says is a Christian doctrine which asserts the new covenant that the new covenant through Yahawashi Mashiach supersedes the old, which was made exclusively with the Jewish people. It says it holds the view that the Christian church has succeeded the Israelites. See, that's the point. They think that they're trying to uphold to they saying they're the Christians, so therefore they think that their new doctrine and philosophy succeeds Israelites at the divinity, the definitive people in the Most High. It says the laws, man. What, bro? These niggas is wicked, man. This is Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take heed of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. So, what is these niggas talking about? It says, or it holds the view that the new covenant has replaced or superseded the Mosaic law. The Lord said His law is forever. It endures forever, man. Okay? Yeah, man. That's pretty much it, man. So, like I said, man, I didn't want to be this long, but it is what it is. Again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Give honor to our apostles and our elders of great millstone. Who will teach you on the sound doctrine. Strong shalom to the hopeful elect. And the rest of the large multitude men and the children of the Lord will have mercy on these last days. Brother Kadash, brother said, could we speak outside of the chat if possible? We got an email, brother. You know what I'm saying? You could comment on one of the videos. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we give you the email. You know, or if you have anything, I don't know if you want to chat privately, but you know what I'm saying. Like I said, we have an email if you don't feel comfortable with whatever you have to say on the comment board. Okay, but outside of that, we usually everybody just comment on the comment board. If it's trying to go over some scriptures or whatever, we don't do private sessions because every other people might need to get not might but need to get edified on the same topic. Because if you have the question, other people have the question about a specific scripture, and Lord willing, we can do that to the best of our ability through the Spirit and power of YAHWASHI, and we can answer it completely. You know what I'm saying? If that's what the situation is, so you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, I pray that was edifying, man. You know, until next time, shalom.